Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Yesterday we have learned about decision making in C programming. Anyone who wants the recap, please click on icon button shown above and avail with the video. Today we are going to learn about function defining in a C programming with their variable scope and recursive function that are useful while coding C. Let's have a look at a note I have provided here. A simple, precise and accurate note I have provided here. I have provided here only the key points which are helpful and useful too while coding C. The very first topic is function. We are going to learn today function, its variable scope, recursive function and user defined function we are going to learn. What does a function means? A function is a block of code that performs a specific task. A function is a block of code that performs a specific task. There are two types of functions, standard library functions and user defined function. We have already learned about standard library function, which is printf, contains in a header file stdio.h, standard input output header file. Another function is sqrt, that are contained in math.h header file, where contains various mathematical operations useful while coding any programming language. Next we are going to learn today about user defined function, which are a very important topic. Next we are going to learn about function prototype, how we need to call a function, how we define a function, passing arguments to a function, their variable scope, and a very important topic, recursion. Here I provided a short note how does recursion works. Recursion is a self-calling function calling repeatedly again and again by itself so that it executes the code. Without wasting any time, we are going to learn how the function works in our VS Code. Here, let's have a look at our first code. I have right here a very first line. Look at the very first line here. Include stdio.h in main. Have a look at this. These four lines. A very important these four lines, where I have provided in line number 1 hashtag includes stdio.h header file where it executes and works in compilation with a main.o executable file while coding C. These four lines need to be included in every C code to have a successful running. These four lines are very important. We can call it a syntax, a very important syntax that need to be provided here in a C code. Here, What does this mean? Means this main is a standard library function included in stdio.h header file, helpful in executing a code. Always remember, any function or every function can be called having a parenthesis at the end of the function call. After this, I provided a curly braces in which we have to need to provide a body of a program we need to be executed to an output. Let's have a look at a first function calling. Here, let's name any function I provided with greet. I provided here greet. Here, I called my function. Here, I called my function greet. This is calling the function. Now, we are going to define a function, that is how does it works for to gives an output and what does it contains to get an output. Here I have provided void greet void greet body of a function definition which we need to print at an output. Here I have provided with hello. Let's have a look at the output first. Here it is. It prints hello. How does this function works? Let's have a look at this. Here, always remember we have to call a function in a main statement. We have to run a function in a main statement. And we have to define a function outside the main statement. Here, look at line number 3. Line number 3, I have provided here void. Why does this difference so? Why provided here void, not int? Let's have a look here. For this void, here, I need not to return any value. While we are providing void, we need not to return any value. If we are providing here any declaration of a function to be of any type, integer greet, we have to return that value so that the calling function print the output too. That's what the void works. If I provided here integer greet, I provided here integer greet, and here I have provided here, let's have a look at this, integer a equals to 2, a, here I provided print f, a equals to %d, comma, greet a. I have provided here return a. Let's have a look at the output. See here, Here it is providing the output of the respective output, while we have in a printf statement in a defining function printing hello, and for our calling function we have provided here printf greet a, so that a is equals to 2 has been provided here by the compiler. Here look at this line number 3, integer greet a. whenever we are defining our function, that how we need it to be called or to be declared, like we have provided here, our function need to be declared is of integer type. The value a greet function provided here is in of integer type. Then this declaration of a function calls function prototype. This line calls to be function prototype. Function prototype. Next, here we look at a line number 4, where I provided a body of a function definition which gives the respective output of hello, and in the next line here I have provided with return a, where we are using void before. We need not to return any value, but while we are declaring a function we need to return its value, so that in a main function while we are calling, the output of the function given needs to be provided with the variable inside it, and what's the output it's included needs to be stored in the location of a memory. That's what's a function prototype called. Here have a look at line number 10. Integer a is equals to 2. Integer a equals to 2 in a main program is working as a local variable for our code. Working as a local variable for our code. For our main function, only for main function. But while we are calling it and it goes to defining function, or when we call the function, this line number 10 becomes globally available to our function calling. This line number 10 int a equals to 2 becomes globally accessible to our function calling. Here, whenever we calling the function, the variable entered inside is what we called as argument. So here we have provided a function greet with an argument of a while we calling the function, and whenever the function called, here we our function called, the variable provided here becomes parameter for a called function, or we can say formal argument. or we can say formal argument. And this, the argument is also called actual argument. This is the difference. Next, we are going to learn how we can reuse a code. How we can reuse a function calling. How we can reuse a function calling. Let's have a look here. Control plus C, Control V are provided here. Here see, how does this outcome come? Have a look at this. Again, let a look at this. A very first function called, let we can say it function 1. Function 1 calling. We have called our very first function 1 here, and it provided with the respective output. But again we reuse our function so that it provided with the respective output. That's how a function defining with variable scope function prototype has been completed. Now, our next topic is recursion. Recursion. Recursion means self-calling function. Self-calling function. Recursion means self-calling function. Let's have a look at a code. A very first line, as I have already mentioned, you have to write include stdio dot h header file so that a main.o executable file could execute. Next, the same for int main here. You have to provide it with parenthesis. A function always called with function parenthesis, always remember. Next, have a look at the code. Enter integer fact and curly braces if n is less than equals to 1, इसको हम कहते हैं बेस केस. Enter enter, return 1, else, return, n, multiply, n, fact, n minus 1. And herein int main we have provided integer I is equals to 5 and printf fact n. Let's have a look at this code. See, it gives an error. Wait for a while. Let I check. Wait, guys. We need to find an error. Let's start it again. Let's start it again. See if we are doing it right or not. Let's start with a simple code. We have to check this out where the error does. Here we are going to write check it again, giving error in okay. We got the error here. Run this. Wait, guys, wait. Here we are getting an error again. Let's write it again, guys. Hashtag include dot h int. Let's take another code. Is we are going right? Yeah, we are going right. Here I am going to provide num equals to 2, num1 is equals to 2, result equals to sum num1 we are going to print f sum equals to %d comma result res we have provided here variable res. Next int sum n. If n is not equals to 0, return n plus sum n minus 1. Here else return n. See, the output is given sum is equals to 3. How does it work? Let's have a look at the code. This is what we call, everyone knows, function prototype. We are calling it function prototype. Here we go. Type. Let's see. Here that we have already wrote integer main. This is a main function where we call a function. Here a function called, here the function called here in this statement we are defining a function, defining our called function. Here it is providing with integer of a function name is sum. Here it is sum. Declaration have been made that sum contains a parameter of variable n declared with the declaration of integer type. We are providing with an we are providing with an condition, decision making condition. If n is not equals to 0, if n is not equals to 0, return n plus sum n minus 1. Let's have a look how does it work. We have provided in our main function num1 is equals to 2, and this num1 returns an argument of integer n with value of 2. When this value goes to 2 and check for the condition is true, and the return statement provided here for our if condition returns the value. What does this return? It gives 2 plus, it will give 2 plus sum 1. Here we go. Then again our function call. This is where function calling itself. This is where a function calling itself. Here again a function calls sum num1. Here it will provided with sum of 1. Again in a called function it will provided with again a with 1. Here again if condition is checked by the compiler, is 1 is not equals to 0, is it? Yeah. This condition against true for 1 is not equals to 0, condition true. What does this return now? It returns 1 plus n minus 1, that is 0. Is it? Then the condition against check 1 plus sum of 0. Again the call function checked here sum 0, return n. Here how does this 1 plus 2 returns the output of 3. That's how a recursive function works. That's how the recursive function works. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow we are going to learn some more facts and figures. So keep watching and make love And please, as a regard, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.